unbelievable to watch and has led to a new golden age for the sport. Where will the game be 20 years from now? 200-mile-per-hour serves? It can happen. And even more amazing is that players will be returning those serves. The face of 21st century tennis so far is Roger Federer. Fed seized #1 worldwide in 2004 and held it until 2008, when Nadal grabbed it for a year, then Fed again, then Nadal again, and then the Joker took over. But Fed's mark, 17 slams so far, the most ever in men's tennis, is the biggest. He personally raised the bar of performance so high that he forced others to follow if they wanted to compete. Rafa and the Joker did. Others will. On the men's side, I've never seen a stronger top four than Fed, Rafa, the Joker, and Andy Murray. I doubt we'll see a stronger #1, #2, #3, and #4 for a long time, maybe ever. For the women, Serena is it, although Venus is pretty amazing too. Serena and Venus are two of the best things that happened to women's tennis in the 21st century because they shook things up every which way. Nevertheless, Steffi Graf in her prime would challenge either of the Williams sisters because she was so physical and had those powerful groundies, including her legendary slice backhand, an executioner's shot. Very tough mentally, too, just like Venus and Serena. Old-time tennis fans like to say that the 1980s produced the greatest cast of characters and performers in tennis: McEnroe, Connors, Becker, Evert, Navratilova, Lendl, Borg, and others. But today's lineup is more exciting because of the big changes I mentioned and the athletes who are incorporating those changes into their game. The more things change for the pros, however, the more they seem to stay the same for club players. And these days, you could almost call me a club player. While Winning Ugly was being written, Steve Jameson kept reminding me that my focus was exclusively on what club players can learn from the pros when it came to the mental part of tennis. The basic truth hasn't changed. You can improve your tennis game fastest and the most if you improve the way you think, if you work as hard on your mind as you do on your strokes. However, the new cast of superstars dominating the tennis scene in the 21st century provide additional mental management ideas to add to your arsenal of weapons. Their approach to the brain game will help you beat players who are beating you, who may have better strokes but lack better thinking. First up, Roger Federer. Have you noticed that during matches at the French Open, Fed's socks don't get dirty? On clay. And the guy barely breaks a sweat. How is this possible? Especially on the red dirt. It blows me away every time. Everybody else gets covered in dirt and sweats plenty there. Why not Federer? Well, in part, it's because he's just so perfect. His movement is absolutely flawless, elegant, effortless, and efficient. And he has the ability to dictate points with as good a forehand as tennis has ever produced. Maybe Nadal is the only one at that level. But here's what we can learn from Fed. Although he doesn't have the biggest serve on tour, he does have the biggest hold serve out there. Over 90% of the time, Roger Federer holds serve without having the huge serve. How? In part, it's because he can hit his spots with unbelievable accuracy and consistency. Some players can hit a dime. Fed can hit a dot. A big, powerful serve is great, but believe me, a returner can figure out how to deal with your power a lot easier than dealing with your improved placement. In fact, here's a little tip. If your opponent is consistently hitting winners with a big serve, the solution is simple. Just take one step back from where you had been standing to receive the serve. You'll like the results. The lesson? Work on holding your serve, and to do that, practice placement first and foremost. Move your serve around a little bit. You don't have to be Roger Federer to get some results by moving your serve around. Keep your opponent guessing. And remember, if you're going to work on one thing, practice your serve. It may be the most important shot in this game. I think Rafa's comfort zone is when he feels that he's not good enough and has to get better and better to stay competitive. So he's always tinkering with some part of his already fantastic game, never satisfied and always looking to improve. Improve, improve, improve. He doesn't like to have somebody tell him he's the greatest because he absolutely does not want to buy into that way of thinking. Rafa wants to feel like he's not the best.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.